A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development, Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson has acknowledged that the government's recent reversal on welfare reforms has made spending decisions harder. This comes in the wake of a rebellion from Labour MPs, which forced the government to significantly dilute a proposed welfare reform package that was expected to save £5 billion annually by 2030. Phillipson appeared on BBC One's Sunday with Laura Quinsberg, where she discussed the impact of these changes on the government's ability to address child poverty, particularly in relation to the controversial two-child benefit cap. The cap, introduced under former Chancellor George Osborne, restricts means-tested benefits to a maximum of 2 children per family for those born after April 2017, affecting approximately 1.6 million children in the UK. According to the Department for Work and Pensions, the Institute for Fiscal Studies has estimated that abolishing this cap would cost the government around £3.4 billion a year, but could lift 500,000 children out of relative poverty. Phillipson stated, "The decisions that have been taken in the last week do make future decisions harder." Despite this, she reassured that the government is committed to exploring all avenues to lift children out of poverty, indicating that the Child Poverty Task Force she leads, alongside Work and Pensions Secretary Liz Kendall, is actively assessing the situation. The task force was initially expected to unveil a strategy for reducing child poverty this autumn. The government had previously been under pressure from opposition parties and some Labour MPs to reconsider the two-child benefit cap. However, the recent U-turn on welfare cuts has complicated the landscape. Phillipson's comments suggest that while there is still a desire within the party to lift the cap, the chances of this happening have diminished significantly. "We will look at this collectively in terms of all of the ways that we can lift children out of poverty," she said. The Resolution Foundation has suggested that increasing the cap to 3 children could reduce child poverty by 320,000 by the next general election, at a cost of £3.2 billion per year by 2030. However, fully scrapping the 2-child limit would require an estimated £4.5 billion. Senior Labour figures have warned that the recent decisions on welfare could lead to tax hikes in the future, as the party grapples with the financial implications of not approving the welfare changes. A source from Number 10 remarked that the likelihood of removing the cap is now dead in the water. Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer has expressed a commitment to reducing child poverty, stating that the last Labour government made significant strides in this area. However, the current government's ability to follow through on similar promises is now under scrutiny, particularly with the upcoming autumn budget looming. The pressure on Chancellor Rachel Reeves is mounting, as she is expected to navigate the complexities of tax policy while also addressing the needs of vulnerable families. With the Labour government facing internal dissent from backbenchers who are keen on lifting the cap, the political landscape is becoming increasingly fraught. Critics of the two-child benefit cap argue that it exacerbates child poverty, and various charities have highlighted its potential to push an additional 100 children into poverty each day. As the government prepares for the autumn budget, the decisions made in the coming weeks will be crucial in determining the future of child poverty alleviation efforts in the UK. The situation remains fluid, and the outcome will depend on the government's willingness to balance fiscal responsibility with the urgent need to support families in crisis. Phillipson emphasized the importance of ensuring that a child's background does not dictate their life chances, indicating that the government is still committed to tackling this pressing issue. However, the path forward is fraught with challenges, and the recent welfare U-turn has made the task of addressing child poverty more complex than ever. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.